Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker, terrorized California during the mid-1980s with a series of brutal and senseless murders, sexual assaults, and home invasions. His crimes, characterized by their randomness and savagery, created an atmosphere of fear and panic across Los Angeles and beyond. Ramirez's story is not only one of horrific violence, but also of a troubled childhood and the profound psychological issues that drove his reign of terror. Born on February 29, 1960 in El Paso, Texas, Ricardo Leyva Muñoz Ramirez grew up in a turbulent environment. His father was prone to anger and physical abuse, and Richard's early exposure to violence was compounded by his cousin Miguel, a Vietnam War veteran who boasted of torturing and killing women during the conflict. Miguel's influence on young Richard was profound and disturbing. He even witnessed his cousin murder his wife during a domestic argument. These experiences had a deep impact on Ramirez, contributing to his fascination with violence and death. In his teenage years, Ramirez began to dabble in petty crime, drugs, and the occult, further distancing himself from any semblance of a stable life. By the time he moved to California in the early 1980s, he was deeply entrenched in a criminal lifestyle. His break-ins and burglaries soon escalated to more violent crimes, leading to a spree that would earn him infamy as the Night Stalker. Ramirez's crime spree began in June 1984 with the murder of Jenny Vintow, a 79-year-old woman, in her Los Angeles apartment. This initial murder set the tone for his subsequent attacks, which were marked by extreme brutality and sadistic pleasure. Over the next year, Ramirez continued his reign of terror, targeting a diverse range of victims regardless of age, gender, or ethnicity. His method involved breaking into homes at night, killing and sexually assaulting his victims. He often left satanic symbols at the crime scenes, further enhancing his image as a devil worshiper and adding to the public's fear. The randomness of Ramirez's attacks made him particularly difficult to catch. He used a variety of weapons, including guns, knives, and blunt objects, and showed no consistent pattern in selecting his victims. This unpredictability baffled law enforcement and kept communities on edge. The media frenzy around the Night Stalker case only heightened the sense of terror, as each new crime was heavily reported and scrutinized. The break in the case came in August 1985 when Ramirez was identified through a combination of fingerprint evidence and eyewitness accounts. His arrest was dramatic. After being recognized in East Los Angeles, he was pursued and apprehended by a group of residents who subdued him until police arrived. This community effort highlighted the collective relief and outrage that had built up during his crime spree. Ramirez's trial was one of the most publicized in American history. Starting in 1988, it lasted over a year, during which Ramirez displayed erratic and unrepentant behavior, often flashing satanic symbols and expressing no remorse. He was convicted of 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 counts of sexual assault, and 14 counts of burglary. In 1989, he was sentenced to death. Richard Ramirez spent the remainder of his life on death row at San Quentin State Prison. He died of complications related to B-cell lymphoma on June 7, 2013, before his sentence could be carried out. The legacy of his crimes remains a chilling reminder of the capacity for human cruelty and the profound impact of psychological trauma. Richard Ramirez's life and crimes illustrate the convergence of a troubled upbringing, exposure to violence, and a deep-seated fascination with death and the occult. His reign of terror as the Night Stalker left an indelible mark on California, changing the way communities perceive safety in their own homes. Ramirez's story serves as a stark warning of the potential for evil within society and the importance of addressing the root causes of such profound psychological disturbances.
Thank you for watching Telltime Tales. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest stories. Until next time, keep exploring the past.